Ronnie James Dio. I've been in a few bands that you've probably heard of before, Rainbow being one of them, Black Sabbath being the one before that, and now a band called Dio, which is my own band. I guess I'm considered a bad influence on everyone, especially kids, because they feel that young people's minds are, as of yet, too open to outside stimuli, and I think they feel that my outside stimuli is a bad influence. I like to think of myself just as an influence, just someone who can open the mind to another part of life, or perhaps another part of death.
Have you experienced any mysterious things?
Yes, quite a few, as a matter of fact. In the band, one of the bands I mentioned before, Rainbow, which I'm sure is very well known in Sweden, Richie Blackmore and I put that band together. Its inception was created by myself and Richie, and we were both very interested in the spiritual side of life. We were very interested in white magic, not black magic, because even though it does exist, I much prefer to stay away from it. It's very, very dangerous, something that you should stay away from. It's good to be knowledgeable about it, but stay away from it because it's nothing to touch. But white magic, Richie and I would, upon occasion, try to speak or converse with some spiritual world. And at one of our recordings for an album called Long Live Rock and Roll, we had quite a few problems with tape machines starting on their own and stopping on their own, and a song that we never could seem to finish. So we decided to have a seance, and we did, and we uncovered someone who said he was Baal. That's spelled B-A-A-L. Baal was one of the earliest devils, the head of a spider, or the head of a goat. It has different connotations. And he said that we would never leave alive, and that he would show us little signs, such as stopping the tape and starting the tape and whatnot, and calling us by name. He was very intelligent, which is extremely unusual for a spirit. The spirit on the lower astral plane usually speaks in very bad grammar and only says to you, I want you to die, come and die with me. And that's usually because they know nothing other than sadness, and they hate to see you happy, so they want you to die so you can be unhappy with them. Anyway, to make that long story short, we went on and tried to exorcise the spirit from the studio. We contacted a priest who would have nothing at all to do with the place that we were at. It was a very old 14th century chateau that had been lived in by Frederick Chopin and George Sand, his mistress come wife. And we tried to speak to Chopin. We did get a little bit of glimmerings of Chopin, a few notes on the piano here when no one was near it, and bottles breaking and all kinds of strange things happening. We did eventually finish the album, and at the very end of the album, we had a few people push down the stairway with no one within 20 to 30 feet of them, and we decided best to leave it alone. So if one looks at the back of the album called Long Live Rock and Roll by Rainbow, you will see on the list of thank yous and whatnot, at the very end it says, no thanks to Baal. I write from whatever you want, whatever you think my songs are about. Holy Diver to you could be the devil drowning a priest. And what I say to you is, how do you know that what is supposed to be the good, the priest who's drowning, by supposedly the bad, who's the devil, isn't exactly the opposite? How do you know that what you think is a devil isn't the good and the priest isn't the bad? And that's what I'm trying to do, have people ask a question. You must stand for what you believe. If you believe that that's a devil drowning a priest, then good for you, then you believe something. But if you don't know, then you have no opinion. I want people to make a definite stand about what they say. I try to write songs so that people can make their own decision as to what it means. It may mean something totally different to me than it may mean to you, or to Bjorn down the street, or to Vera, or whomever it may be. I want people to ask questions. So if I write songs that only seem to you to be forcing you to believe one thing, that's no good. Well, I mean, I could write songs that say, Holy Diver, the devil is terrible, and the devil has horns, and the priest is wonderful because the priest is always good. Well, that's not true. I mean, I know priests in my life who should be devils, and probably are, and that's what I'm trying to do, get you to form opinions of your own, make people form opinions of what they hear, not be forced to believe what people say in song. From Vegas Kings to bands that always had my name in them afterwards. The next band was called Ronnie and the Rumbler. From there to Ronnie Dio and the Redcaps, to Ronnie Dio and the Prophets, to Ronnie Dio and the Electric Elves, then to just Elf. And then from Elf to Rainbow, Rainbow to Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath to Dio, and right now.
Your previous band, Elf, you played as a performing band to Deep Purple. for some times, didn't you?
We did that for about 2 years, yeah. We did, I think, 3 tours of Europe and of Britain, and 4 tours of America with Purple. So in those 2 years, we did a lot of playing and touring with them. And Roger Glover and Ian Pace, who were in Deep Purple at the time, produced the first Elf album, and then Roger Glover alone produced the next 2 Elf albums. So, and we were signed to Purple Records. So I'm what they call one of the Purple people. So that has been my, I've always been connected with Deep Purple in some way. And then of course with Rainbow, playing with Richie, even more connection.
Elf become Rainbow together with Richie Blackmore. It was him and the whole group of Elf that started Rainbow, wasn't it?
Not the entire group, because the guitar player we didn't need anymore, so he went by the boards. Actually, Richie would be very offended if you said that he joined Elf, but that's really what happened, really. We used the drummer, the bass player, keyboard player, myself, from the band Elf, and did the very first album with Richie as Rainbow. Something on my own. This time, I did something on my own. Instead of taking the offers that came to me, and there were quite a few of them. I mean, everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people wanted Ronnie James Dio to sing with them, but I didn't want to do it anymore. I was tired of giving and giving and giving, and at the end of the day, getting nothing in return.
Do you think it's a step forward?
It's a step forward for me, and it's a step forward for the people who are playing in this band as well, because they do understand that even though the band is called Dio, and that it really is my hard work and my success in the past that has allowed this band to play London, have it sold out, to play America and sell out the places we played, to do a sold-out British tour. They do realize that I understand that without them, and without their musical expertise and without their hard work, that there would not be this success. It's not only me. It's my name that has allowed us to play these places, to do what we're doing now. But it's their hard work, as well as my hard work, that has made Dio a band, not Ronnie Dio's band, but a band.
It's not a solo career you're doing. It's a...
No, it's not. No, it's not a solo career at all. No, a solo career would have been an album that had very many different musicians on it, or would have had me playing everything on the album. That would have been, to me, that's what a solo career is to me. A solo career is one person doing everything alone, and that is not what I do. To get the best out of the kind of music I make, you have to have people that you like, people who make good music with you, and that's what these people do. I don't know. I think I'd be foolish to say that I'd carry on for as long as I live. It will always be something very, very close to me for as long as I live, and I don't see myself really doing anything other than that. But I would like to be able to take heavy metal music, the kind of music that I make, and make more of it. Perhaps I can be the one to make the music a little bit stronger than what it is, to maybe have a bit more substance, a bit more context to it. But yeah, I'll probably be doing it for the rest of my life.
I hope so.
So